The time has finally come. I've been asked about this in the comments pretty much since I started the series. The big guy was Wander Franco. When is Wander Franco going to come up? And I've been waiting for the right time to call this guy up. And he is killing it down there in AAA. He was actually hurt for a little bit, but he's batting .345, so we're calling him up to the MLB team. He's going to play third base against righty. 75 overall, A potential 19. Look at that vision. 87 vision for a 19-year-old. Absolutely insane. Going to talk about him more in just a second. But first, we did have the draft. And in the first round, we picked this guy, John Driscoll, B potential starting pitcher. Next round, Billy Walden, Canadian-born starting pitcher, B potential as well, 64 overall. Pretty much what got me with him was that he was born in Canada. Didn't really need to look at anything else. It just made sense. Eric Moria from Japan, actually, 22 years old, a right fielder. He looks like he's going to have decent hitting stats against right-handers, contact-wise at least. Maybe he could be a bench back for us. Ken Link from New Jersey, closing pitcher, 66 overall. He actually has very high potential, very high B potential. 23 years old from New Jersey. We could see him in our back end of our rotation in a couple years. Another outfielder, right fielder, Roberto Serrano from Puerto Rico, 69 overall starting out. He's got really good contact against right-handers. Only C potential, though. Again, maybe he could be one of those bench bats in our outfield, fourth outfielder type. Abraham Gonzalez, another closing pitcher, another relief pitcher. This is lefty, though. 62, B potential from Illinois, 21 years old. He looks like he's going to be a pretty decent relief pitcher already, 74 K per nine. And the last guy, catcher J.J. Franco. Doesn't look like he'll evolve into much, but looks cool with the glasses. Anyway, we're jumping into this first game against the Oakland A's. The Wander Franco debut, and Chirinos takes them out with a 2.26 ERA. Absolutely unbelievable to start the season off, and pretty much the first half of his starts, 2.26, unreal. But let's talk about Wander Franco. I thought this was a great time to pull him up. Yandy Diaz is not having a bad year, but he's not having a great year. And especially against righties, his numbers are not good. So Wander Franco is going to go ahead and start against righties and play third base because we're not going to move Willy Adames from short. Not right now. It just doesn't make sense. Willy Adames is the much better fielder stat-wise, and he just has experience at short. That was Wander Franco's first major league at-bat. Lined out to center. Hit the ball hard right on the screws, just right to the center fielder. We're jumping ahead here in the fourth. It's Yanni Chirinos just straight dealing. Through the fourth with no runs scored. Into the fifth, leadoff guy got on, but he's going to get Laurenado to ground into a 3-6-3 double play to get right out of that jam he worked his way into. In the sixth, still showing only pitching highlights because there isn't many offensive highlights to show, but Matt Olson 2-out base hit past the diving Brandon Lowe, and Marcus Semien comes in to score. It's 1-0 A's in the sixth, but Jake Shiner in the bottom of the sixth, he's going to work a leadoff walk, and that'll bring up Wander Franco for his second major league at bat. 3-2 count. Shiner's going to be on the move, and Franco rips a base hit up the middle. Both balls he hit were both smoked up the middle. This one just was on the ground, though. His first major league base hit for Wander Franco. Anyway, let's talk more about him. He's going to play third base against righties to start. Against lefties, Yandy Diaz is going to play third. It's just better stat-wise. He's having a good year against lefties, but terrible year against righties, Yandy Diaz. So Franco, you're going to see him in the highlights a lot, especially for right-handers pitching. Same inning, next batter is Austin Meadows. That's a 3-run jack, dead center. He loves that spot up in dead center. Hits those seats all the time. 22nd of the season already. Jumping ahead, it's Franco again. He's going to rip another base hit up the middle. Just everything's going up the middle in his debut. He's right on the ball. 4-1. That's an RBI base hit. Look at this stroke. Just taking it right back where it came from. Right up the middle. Short, compact swing. Line drives up the middle. That's what you want. That's what everyone should aim to do. Diego Castillo works his scoreless eighth, an easy eighth inning. Into the ninth, it's Nick Anderson. Mookie Betts, that's who that was. He's on the Oakland A's. He signed in the offseason for a big deal with Oakland. He's going to work a leadoff double. That's off the wall in right center. But we had a 3-run lead. Wasn't too worried. A couple batters later, it's Matt Chapman. He strikes out to get 2 away. And then next batter, Jock Peterson. They got a bunch of Dodgers. They signed a free agency. That's Wander Franco ending the game on a pop fly into shallow left. So great start from Yanni Trianos. He gets another win. Lowers his ERA even more. Franco's out there looking good in an Expos jersey, looking good at third base as well. Next game, away in Cleveland, in Progressive Field. We're having a little bit of fun before this game. You know, everyone's hyped in the dugout because we're in first place in the division at this moment. Not by a lot, but we're going to celebrate it while we can. Going up against Zach Plesac. And in the first, we couldn't really get too much going. It's Kyle Schwarber. He's just going to ground right back out to the pitcher to end this one. Yarbrough on the mound for us. Look at his stats. He's 6-0, 2.54 ERA in 78 innings of work. And I really thought he was just going to be like a starter for the first couple months till we called up Belazovic. But no, he's been a solid member of our rotation. He's getting roughed up a little bit in the first inning. Austin Meadows dives. It goes off his glove. It kind of held the runners up a little bit, but Meadows didn't get it into home right away. Threw it in a second for some reason. And it was 2-0. Good changeup here, though. Strikes out Domingo Santana. Yarbrough gets out of the first. Only 2 runs given up. Could have been a lot worse. Top of the second is Ian Happ. No doubt job into the right field seats. This one's way out low and inside. Can't throw that to Ian Happ. 445 and his 14th home run of the year. So he's well on his way to an above 30 home run season. I honestly think he could get into the 40s because his power against right-handers is almost at a 90 at this point, I believe. Got to show that soon. We're going to show the stats soon. Wander Franco rips one into the right field, and it just makes it over the high end of the wall down the right field line for his first major league home run. That's pretty cool. I'm glad I was able to get that on video and not in one of the sim games. 362 feet, just literally right down the line. I did not think that was going out, especially with that high part right by the foul pole. Just squeaked over, and they're giving him the silent treatment in the dugout. You love to see it, and they're all going to jump on him, celebrate Wander Franco. They're just excited, as the fans are, to see this kid play, and he's been producing so far. Speaking of producing, Kyle Schwarber, hanging changeup, produced that one into left field, into the left center field seats. His 17th of the year. He's having a really good year. RBI-wise, he's like top 3 at the moment in RBIs. Glasnow came on in the bullpen to try and work some innings in there, get his very high ERA down. He had a good 6th inning going into the 7th, though. Lindor is going to take him high, deep, and off the very top of the wall. I believe they hit the yellow out there. Just missed a home run, but it's a leadoff double. That's never good. Jumping ahead, next batter, it's Jose Ramirez. He's going to draw a walk. And Glasnow's into some trouble. Excuse me, as Lindor goes into third. Carlos Santana, next batter, base hit up the middle. Glasnow, this is the thing with Glasnow. He has a good inning or two, then just completely falls apart. We had to call in Nate Jones to get an out. And Austin Meadows, we tried to just, catch that behind so we can crow hop, maybe cut a guy from tagging up to third. Instead, Meadows totally misplays the ball, and that leads to a run. It's 5-4 Cleveland. Perez up next, and Nate Jones gets him to strike out. So Nate Jones doing a good job out of the bullpen. Bradley Zimmer, they try to suicide squeeze. What a terrible decision. Zimmer misses the squeeze, and we just tag out the runner stealing home. I don't get that one at all, but we'll take that out. They bailed us out of that inning. Schwarber, he's going to hit his second home run of the game. Fastball right down the middle. I mean, it could not be more down the middle. I mean, that was just perfect right down the middle. 467, he pulled that ball. Franco, he gets another base hit. That's going to load the bases with 2 out. Next batter, Meadows, he gets plunked. That scores a run. 7-4. Brandon Lowe looks at a cutter right down the middle. 100-mile-an-hour cutter, though, with movement. It's kind of tough to see that ball, not going to lie. That was the guy they got from the Rangers in the Corey Kluber deal. That guy throws hard. I mean, not the highest overall now, but I think he has a potential in this game. And man, that kid threw gas. I remember facing him. It was not fun. Castillo blew it in the 8th. We had to call in Nick Anderson to try to get a 4-out save, but he couldn't get the job done. A base hit ties the game at 7. in the 8th. We couldn't get anything going. Still in the 8th is Domingo Santana. We get him to pop out to right. It feels like every time there's a rally in this game, Domingo Santana kills it. So that's good for us. But they tie it at 7, and then we're going into the 9th. Nick Anderson's still struggling. Austin Jackson's going to rip a base hit. No, who was that? Austin Jackson? Delano DeShield? I don't know. I forgot. It's Cesar Hernandez, though. Next batter grounds one up right over the bag. Literally right over the bag. And that's going to score a run. We lose on a walk-off base hit by Cesar Hernandez. We're going to lose this one to the Indians. We lose in walk-off fashion. Nick Anderson, I wouldn't say he blew that game because he came in with first and second, 2 out. But the closer there is supposed to shut it down, get a 4-out save. He hasn't been that impressive this year, at least in my eyes, Nick Anderson. I think he's still in the top 3 in saves, though, which, I guess says something. But we do have a lot of wins, so I can't complain too much. Against the Brewers interleague action, Schwarber rips that one in the left center field gap off the wall. That's going to score 1. We're going to try and send another one home, and he will score easily. 2-0. That's Brandon Lowe scoring. 2-0 here in the first. We got Blake Snell on the mound, who's having a great year himself as our ace. He's really showing that he is an ace. He strikes out Yelich there in a curveball. Having a really good year. Orlando Arcia up in the second to get out of a jam. There's 1 on the first, not in time. Can't turn 2. The next batter, Lucas Urseg. I don't know how to say that name. Urseg, I think. Grounds out to short, and that'll end that inning. In the third, though, Yelich struck out the first time. He doesn't miss that low fastball. Gone, home run in the center. Just over Ian Happ's glove. He almost robbed that. I thought I had a shot at that. But no, Christian Yelich robs that home run. It's Wander Franco again. He is absolutely crushing it in this episode. Gets a fastball and doesn't miss it. 1 hops the wall. That's going to be a double for Wander Franco. 3-2 lead, still us. And Austin Meadows later in the inning with Franco on third. Smokes one into right center field. That's, of course, going to score 1 run, but it also brings home Meadows a home run. Barely made it over the wall. Inches above that yellow line. So we're up by 4, but the Brewers are threatening here. Blooped. Wander Franco. That's Yandy Diaz playing third this game. He can't get to it. 1 run's going to score. It's going to be 6-3, but 2 runners going to score in position. 1 out. Later in the inning, it's 2 out now. Lorenzo Cain strikes out on a nasty slider. So Blake Snell hasn't looked too sharp. We're jumping ahead in the 5th. Another base hit. That's Manny Pena with a base hit. That is going to score a run. Meadows has no arm and right, so he had to reach the cutoff man. By the time Schwarber got it in, just no chance. Orlando Arcia now smokes one into left field. Hunter Renfroe looked like he was going to get there, but no, goes over his glove and hits the wall. 2 runs are going to score, and it is going to tie that game up. So tie game at 6. We give Snell 6 runs, and he can hold this lead. Hunter Renfroe, though, gets a fastball way inside, but he gets his hands in and pulls it down the left field line for a home run. A very impressive home run for Hunter Renfroe. I mean, that was way inside. The way he could pull his hands in there and still barrel that ball up is impressive. 3-run shot. We go up by 3, but Jose Alvarado's having some issues holding this lead. He's going to give up 1 run right back. He's got the tying run at second now, but we got out of that. In the 9th, Nick Anderson finally has an easy 1-2-3 9th inning, and we win this one 9-7. We go ahead and beat the Brewers, so at least we get them out of the way. And the last game of these highlights, we're home against the Houston Astros, the Houston Asterix, however you want to call them. It's all the same. It all means the same thing. Jordan Balazovic. Let me know how to say it in the comments below. If you know, you probably don't. I don't think anyone does. That's Jordan Alvarez with an absolute bomb to start this game off in the first with 2 outs. That's his 27th of the year. Keep in mind, we're not even in July yet at this point of the season. This game is taking place at the end of June, and he's got 27 bombs. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he's batting like over 350 too. He's having an incredible year. Definitely an MVP candidate. Brandon Lowe rips a double down the line. That's going to score 1, and it's going to score 2 just in time. Willie Adames will score. We take the lead right back, 2-1. Jumping ahead in the third, it's 4-2 Astros now. And as Jordan Alvarez again, it's going to hit a deep fly ball. This is going to be caught, but it's going to be a sac fly to give the Astros a 5-2 lead as we jump ahead. We're rallying here in the third. It's 5-4, but Jake Shiner's going to ground out and stop that rally from happening. Down 5-4. Astros, they just won't stop coming back. They hit everything, and they find the gap somehow. Another run's going to score. 6-4. Runners in scoring position. Still nobody out. We had to call to the bullpen. Jose Alvarado gives up another base hit. That's Altuve ripping one. 2 runs are going to score. That's not going to help Jordan's ERA at all. Early going, and he had a pretty high ERA. It's not going to help. Alvarado's just getting rocked here, but he gets a base loaded, no out. Gets a double play out of it. Another run scores, but at least it's a double play. 9-4. Yuri Gurriel grounds to short, and Alvarado's finally out of this 4th inning. Disastrous 4th inning. Blows this game open to 9-4. Nate Jones on the mound in the 7th. We're jumping ahead, and the hits just keep on coming. Nothing really happening. An RBI base hit to make it 10-4. And we really weren't going to do much after that. We're in the 7th. It's Hunter Renfroe. Rips a base hit in the left. Down by 6 runs, though. We really need a lot to come back. Willie Adames, he can hit one here, make it 10-7, make things interesting. No, he's going to ground into the double play. Altuve starts it, and Gurriel finishes it at first. 10-4, Jake Shiner's going to absolutely smoke a hanging curveball into the seats. It's not going to mean a thing, but it's pretty cool. I mean, it was hung. Jake Shiner, I like him. I like the trade. I like when he does good. Been playing a lot. Nate Lowe gets banged up. He's been getting banged up a lot this season, but so Shiner has seen some extended play time. I like Shiner. I like the trade we made. But anyway, Houston kills us 10-6. Paxton was dealing, gets the win, and we just couldn't stop him. Jordan Balazovic, he's struggling early on. I don't want to calm down, though. I think he needs to be up here to struggle just a little bit. And there's no one to replace him with. I mean, Glasnow's just as bad. So let me know what you guys thought of this episode. Let me know what you guys thought of the Wander Franco debut. And if we should play him against lefties and righties, or just keep it how it is and have him at third against righties and Yandy Diaz at third against lefties. So let me know all that in the comments below. And thank you so much for the support. We finally reached 100 subscribers on the channel by the time I'm recording this video. So I want to just shout out everyone who likes the video, who comments, and who subscribes. I appreciate every single one of you. It really makes me so happy to see a comment from someone I don't know and that they enjoyed it, or just, any type of engagement. I really do enjoy it. And so thank you guys so much for the support. I appreciate it, and I'm going to keep making these videos that you guys like. So again, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. We'll be in July. We'll see the All-Star break and the trade deadline in the next one.